Hello, this is David Godfrey. I submit to you that in this country today, in the era of Donald Trump, we are seeing a reenactment of the savage and sorry drama that gripped France in the 1930s and the 1940s. Very simply, in 1936 in France, a Jew, Leon Blum, ascended to power. And the ascension of the Jew to power made the right wing furious, and France moved sharply to the far right. And similarly, in this country, a black man, Barack Obama, was elected, and that provoked and propelled a furious and febrile right-wing response. This is largely culled from a document I wrote, The Stench of Vichy in the Regime of Donald Trump, copyright David Godfrey, 2017. And now for the essay. In 1936, a Jew, Leon Blum, was elected Prime Minister of France. He was the leader of the Popular Front, a broad center-left coalition to stop the fascists, to stop Hitler. And many people were euphoric that the Popular Front and Leon Blum had ascended to power. But what happened is, unfortunately, is this sparked a savage, intense, malignant right-wing reaction. France had, like all of Europe, had a long history of anti-Semitism. First and foremost, I think, because Jews were said to be guilty of the crime of deicide, the killing of Jesus. And since the French Revolution and the Napoleonic Wars, the status of Jews in Western and Central Europe rose dramatically. They were no longer in the ghettos. Now they were in the professions and starting to make money. And there was a lot of hostility towards the Jews in any event. When Leon Blum came to power, the French right wing was incensed. And some of them used to say, better Hitler than Blum. Better Hitler than Leon Blum, the Jew who was Prime Minister of France. And then World War II came along, and it started, as you know, September of '39. France, however, was not attacked until May of 1940. From '39 till May of 1940, the French just sat there and waited while Hitler gobbled up Poland and then Norway and Denmark. And then he went after Holland and Belgium. And then in the middle of May, he went after France. And France fell in only a month's time. And this was a big shock, because the French were deemed to have one of the strongest armies in the world. But the French were badly divided, and among other things, one of the things that weakened the French was the fact that the French right wing had a certain sympathy for Hitler, because they had such hostility towards modernism, towards democracy, towards Jews, towards communists, towards labor, etc. I think I forgot to note, after France fell to the Germans in May of 1940, of course France was controlled by Germany. But a section of France, a fairly substantial section of France, was actually controlled and governed by Frenchmen who were working for Hitler. They were known as the Vichy French, and they were collaborationist Frenchmen who did his dirty work and rounded up Jews, and they even sent a fighting force east to fight against the Soviet Union. They were complete traitors to the French nation. Now, the same damn thing, I think, we're seeing in this country. When Obama was elected, that simply made the far right go absolutely insane, because he was anathema to their antediluvian plantation sensibilities. And when he was elected, they started to scream and howl like the German warrior gods of Valhalla. You heard it from all those idiots on Fox News nonstop. They were out of their mind, and they lied through their teeth. They said things about Obama that had no basis in reality. And there were more power. And so I think I made my point pretty damn clear. Now, some people said to me, oh, but the Jews in France were very different from the blacks in America. Yeah, but that doesn't undermine my argument, because my argument isn't that the Jews and the blacks were the same. Of course they weren't the same. My argument is that there was a strong similarity of reaction on the part of the majority group towards the Jews and the blacks. In France, they saw a Jew elected, they went right-wing. In America, they saw a black man elected, they went right-wing. And just as the Frenchman said, better Hitler than Blum. I should modify that. Just as the right-wing Frenchmen said. I mean, they were fine Frenchmen who, detested Hitler and who were very loyal sons of French. Well, just as the French right-wing said better Hitler than Blum, in this country, some Americans seem to almost be saying better Putin than Obama. I mean, they seem to be saying that in their affection for Trump. And actually, doesn't Putin fit in well with right-wing Americans? You must remember, there's not a shred of communism left in Russia. I mean, half the country is run by a bunch of billionaire tycoon thieves, and don't forget, Putin is very anti-gay, and he's an ethnic chauvinist. I mean, he seems to be the sort of guy who would fit in swell at a church picnic in Dixie. There are even more parallels between Obama and Trump and Leon Blum and Vichy, and that is this. I remember many years ago that media theorist Marshall McLuhan said that radio was a hot medium. He said that radio tended to stimulate more political vitriol and discord. It was more apt at stirring people up. And of course, in the 19, when Hitler came along, radio was new and it was the dominant media. And things certainly were stirred up. And I think Trump also has been capitalizing in an era when we have a medium which is particularly apt at accentuating and amplifying emotional antagonisms, and that is social media and the iniquitous internet. And so putting it all together, things are really grim. And that's it for now. Take care. Goodbye.